Alright, I'll be giving a quick demo. I'm in my room right now. I'm going to be giving a quick demo of running the NesDS on the Nintendo DS. Now, the NesDS is actually an emulator, which allows you to play old, classic 8-bit Nintendo games onto your DS. A lot of people say that it's really great. I'm going to try to show off a couple of real quick games and stuff like that. Most people don't. They just say how good it is and they zoom in on the screen. My camera doesn't have a really great zoom, so I can't show you how awesome it is, but I will describe as best as possible. I know that sounds horrible. But anyways, I'm running on my DS. I have an R4 card with a 2 GB micro SD. Nothing fancy. It's a basic SanDisk. And I always have trouble turning this thing on with one hand. So we'll do that. Now, let me get my stylus real quick. Now, I did update my theme and stuff like that. You can download these from NDS themes, and there's a lot of other really cool websites. There's even a program called Alice. It's a theme creator. You just Google it, theme creator for DS or NDS theme creator, and it'll teach you how to like create your own, basically. It's real easy, but this one I downloaded off NDS. I didn't make this. Alright, so I'm going to go into my games, and I created a folder specifically for all the NES games. You don't have to do it. I dropped it into my root card, and I just labeled it NES. And in there I have several more folders, which we'll see right now. And it has Advanced Mario. I know you might not be able to read it from here. Advanced Mario, Mario ROMs, NES ROMs, Pac-Man ROMs, Sport ROMs, Zelda ROMs. And then at the very bottom I have my NES-DS, which is the name of the program, .NDS. That's our emulator. So first we have to start that up. And it brings us to this screen here. There's also another, it turns into a little file browser here so you can locate the ROMs that you've downloaded. Now, I downloaded all these ROMs and stuff for Nintendo and things like that, and I can't tell you where to get them. I just can tell you if you have the games already, it's safe to download, but I know most of you won't listen, so it doesn't matter. All these ROMs were already zipped and archived for me, but I extracted all of them, and I just put them in separate folders, and I did organize them as best as possible. So we're going to go to my NES folder here, okay? And first we'll show off Mario, which everybody does because Mario is a regular Nintendo, big thing. You probably can see my camera in the reflection there. And we load up Super Mario Bros. 3. Now this is the newest version of NES-DS, so it has working sound on almost all the games. Every now and then, the game will start. It'll sound very crackly and very thumpy, but it shouldn't have any problems most of the time. To be honest with you, it's only happened to me once, so I'm going to hit start on here. Start, and I press start one player. You hear the sound? Works pretty damn good, right? Now, on here, I haven't been able to reconfigure the buttons, but I haven't had any trouble with them. Y is your old Nintendo B button, because remember how it was on the left and the A button was on the right? Well, your B button on the DS is now your A button, so BA. Hold stuff, run, jump. This alternates as Turbo B and Turbo A. So, I normally don't use them because it screws me up. We'll go to stage 1 real quick, and I'm going to do this real quick. Watch, this is interesting. I'm going to run to the Goomba, and I'm going to die. Now, if you're like me, and sometimes you suck at some Nintendo games, and you screwed up, you can hit the L button. It goes up to like about 20 seconds, and I can just rewind the game to before I messed up. And then I have another shot to do it again. Let's see if I can do it through the camera. Alright. Now, the R button actually does the complete opposite. It fast-forwards the game. Of course, I'm running the timer out, so I'll probably die eventually, but we don't have to go through the whole thing. If you want to change your ROMs, we have the stylus here. Tap the bottom screen. There are several different options here. Input, display, file, and debug. I haven't used any of them except file. Hit file there, and load ROM. Pauses the emulation on the top screen. We're going to go up, and I'll choose another game real quick here so we can see how it works. We'll choose, let's just pick some random game. Something completely random. Let's do, okay, well, here, for Castlevania fans, Castlevania, and it goes into that folder, and there's my ROM, and they're all .NES files. I know that there are some other forms of ROMs that end in like, I'm not sure what the format is, but I know .NES is the ones the ROMs that I've downloaded, and those work perfectly fine for me. So push the start key to start the game. Working sound. Fast forward this little sequence because I don't like it. And B is to throw my whip. I know it looks really crappy. See? And then the jump. And same thing, see if I want to rewind it. Basically it, see? And it starts all over again. Now, the only game that I've personally have run into that has had a couple of problems is probably Punch-Out. I'm pretty sure everybody remembers Punch-Out. Every other game I've honestly played Batman. Well, Batman, the first one for the NES, has a little bit of pixelation. And what's really interesting is that it's not like normal pixelation that's really bad. It's like when you see numbers on top of where the figures are supposed to be, that kind of thing. That's what it looks like. And yes, these are all the games that I have on my cart. Now, what's really interesting, since the games are so small, even on a 2 gig card, I mean, it really doesn't even take up like maybe 200 megs. Really? So go to Punch-Out, enter, go to Punch-Out here, start that up. Now, I'm pretty sure you'll probably be able to see it from here. Hit exit on the bottom right-hand corner so I can close this little screen out. Everything looks good, except for start and continue. And watch. This is what I talk about pixelation. You can probably see it from here. Look at that. You can't even read it. Their faces are all screwed up and shit. And, you know, I think his name is Glass Jawed Joe or something like that. He looks pretty much normal. But, once again, hit start and we'll fast forward that. R to fast forward. But the game itself, the characters, Mario as referee, and Glass Joe, and even me look pretty damn good. This is where the turbo button comes in handy, because you just press it and stuff, and see, works pretty good. Regular punches and stuff. Of course, I'm sucking because I don't have one hand holding the camera. Anyways, and that is my review of the NesDS, and to be honest with you, I think it's really, really great. Oh, he's kicking my ass. God damn it. Well, anyways, let me just turn that off. That is my review of the NesDS. Emulator for the Nintendo DS. If you want to know where to download it, just Google it. NesDS altogether. For NES ROMs, once again, just type in NES ROMs under Google and see places where you can download them. You could also try maybe torrent sites and other places such as that. I can't give you links, I can't tell you exactly where to get them or anything like that, but that is where you would want to get all that information. I really think it's necessary, especially for anybody. If you went to the trouble to buy one of these cards, R4 cards, so you could, you know, put stuff on your DS and play it however you want, this is something you'd want to get. It's classic Nintendo, really helps to pass the time, trust me. If you're in between classes like me, you're taking courses at college, bored out of your mind, have 4 hours to kill, Mario, Castlevania, they do the trick, man. So this is cool. So that's my review, and I honestly give it 1, and here's my other one, 2 thumbs up. Really, really good emulator. I recommend highly.